You hit the floor, you knock out 20, maybe 30 push-ups, and then your arms just completely aggressively lock up. It's like you've slammed face first into a brick wall. Well, welcome to today's explainer, where we are going to completely dismantle that notorious 100-rep barrier.
You know the exact feeling I'm talking about, right? It honestly doesn't matter how many weeks or months you stick to your normal routine, reaching that mythical 100-rep milestone just feels completely impossible. But here's the thing. When you're staring down that wall, the issue isn't your willpower. Not at all. It's your method.
So, why exactly do your arms lock up like that? Well, it's simple. Your body gets really good at adapting to comfortable routines. To actually break past this plateau, we have to force adaptation, and we do that by exposing the muscle to extreme, absolutely unyielding tension.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it compares the two approaches. Look at traditional training. It's essentially just a flat line. You do your standard sets, and then you stop. But failure training, that is a whole different beast. It's a constantly rising endurance curve that literally demands you push the muscle way, way beyond its comfort zone.
And to make that breakthrough, you have to adopt an anti-metric mindset. You need to stop counting reps entirely. Seriously, if your brain knows that you usually stop at 30, guess what? Your body is going to quit at 30. You have to completely abandon conventional fitness wisdom and eliminate the finish line.
And the best part? You really don't need a specialized high-tech gym for this. Literally, all you need is a basic chair, a bench, and some empty floor space. That minimalist setup is the only laboratory you're going to need to pull this off.
Okay, let's dive into this. The failure ladder, 4 steps to extreme endurance. All right, here is the seamless chronological breakdown. We're going from the decline bomb straight into the full rep grind, then incline relief, and finally the knee finisher. The whole genius here is that as your muscles fatigue, you simply adjust your body angle. This artificially maintains a constant, brutal muscle load without ever giving you a single second to rest.
So it all kicks off with step 1, the decline bomb. We're starting with the absolute hardest position first. Get your feet elevated on that chair, which throws a massive percentage of your body weight directly onto your upper chest and triceps. And listen, do not pace yourself here. Attack it until your muscles are physically shaking.
And you attack it until you hit absolute mechanical failure. By that, I mean you stop only when your body literally cannot push upward anymore, when your chin just cannot reach the floor, and your physical form entirely refuses to move, no matter how hard your brain is screaming at it to go.
The exact split second you hit that mechanical failure on the decline, you move to step 2, the full rep grind. You instantly drop your feet off the chair and transition right into flat, standard floor push-ups. No resting, no pausing for a water break. You just hit the floor and keep grinding. And this brilliantly illustrates the biomechanics behind it all. By shifting down to a flat push-up alignment, your upper body is now lifting exactly 64% of your total body weight. This instant reduction in load essentially tricks your completely exhausted muscles into realizing, oh wait, we actually do have enough strength to keep firing.
You keep grinding those flat push-ups until you hit failure all over again. Then instantly move to step 3, incline relief. Elevate your hands right up onto the bench. At this point, your movements are going to be agonizingly slow, but this lighter angle allows your severely exhausted muscles to keep working well beyond that initial failure point.
Finally, once your arms completely give out on the bench, you reach step 4, the knee finisher. Drop directly down to your knees. This is it. This is where you squeeze out the very last drops of energy. Your arms will be shaking, sweat pouring everywhere. You're just desperately demanding whatever tiny fraction of energy is left in those muscle fibers.
The ladder finally ends right here, in total exhaustion. This sequence only concludes when your body completely gives out and you collapse onto the floor in a silent room. But that absolute, total depletion, that is exactly the signal your body needs to rebuild stronger.
Let's move to and see how this builds into an actual routine. Forcing growth, the training schedule.
Look, doing this whole sequence just once is a huge achievement, for sure. But real, extreme endurance requires consistency. To actually force that growth, this protocol demands that you run this exact failure ladder 2 to 3 times a day for 3 to 4 days a week. It is absolutely unrelenting, but that grueling frequency is exactly what shatters the plateau. Which brings us to our final thought for today. No excuses, only failure, only growth. Staying comfortable with your standard routines, that'll just keep you exactly where you are today. If you truly want to break that 100-rep barrier, you have to embrace absolute, exhausting failure. So, the real question is, the next time you hit the floor, are you going to stop counting and finally start climbing the ladder?